Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I'm going to do something a little different. So I like these puzzles. The idea here is it's white to win, but it's with cooperative play. So I think of this as like a chess escape room or like a slide puzzle. You have to find the right way to win this as white. Currently it's black to move, which is typically, the other way around. So note that it's black to move, but it's white to try to see if they can win. And then as a bonus, we'll see if black can win as well. Okay, so I have not done this before. I'll just say that. I haven't done this particular puzzle. I'm noticing a couple of things right off the bat, right? I have a tempo. I have 1, 2. This king has some movement. The black king has really only 2 squares. These bishops obviously can't move. This can't move. These pawns can't move. Only thing that can move from the black side is this pawn. So maybe I'll highlight in green the things that can move. And eventually this bishop can move, right? And then of course the king. So let's try to think about this. So it feels like, since black to move, so I either play a4 or I play the king move. It feels very obvious that I should not spend this tempo. I don't know when I'm going to need it. But either way, I have to figure out, how am I supposed to break out of this? Right? If I go king here, I'm already kind of trapping the king, and then the pawn move has to go. And for what? So I'm not really sure I understand how I'm supposed to break out of this. Maybe I can, I was thinking about wiggling my bishop through, but okay, even then, what's that going to do? How is that going to get me anywhere? So if you've done these kinds of puzzles before, you'll notice that it's not so easy. Right? I'm already moving around in my chair here. You'll hear everything. So let me see. I'll go here because I kind of feel like there's something. This bishop is movable. I just don't know. I have 2 different moments where I can move. I'm just wondering how I can make this happen. So let's say I do this. Let's just say I move the king up. I'm thinking if I have the bishop here, how could I get anything? How could I win this? That's the thing. I'm thinking maybe there's a way I can deliver checkmate. But how would that work? Because I'd have to be here. The king would have to be here. Okay, hold on. Now this is actually making a little bit of sense. Maybe I do wiggle the bishop. So these pawns here are not... This is my initial assessment, so of course I can be wrong. These pawns I was thinking could be used as tempo pieces, and maybe they will be. But maybe the idea is to wiggle the bishop through and then leave the bishop on g8 and then kind of maneuver my king back and forth until I get it here. And then that would have the king go back and forth, and eventually the king would have to land here, and I can check, and that would be mate. Maybe that's the strategy. So maybe I do have to exhaust these tempo moves. Okay, let's just kind of... So if I do this right away, I'm already asking for trouble. Right? If I do this, the king is stalemated. They have to move the pawn. I do that. They can go back. But do I want to spend that tempo move now? Probably not, right? I don't know what to do. Let's go here. Let's just I'm trying to make sense of this. What if I put the king in the corner? What if I use this? Because I can, oh, never mind. I was going to say I can put the bishop here and the king here, but that will actually not do anything. The king still has only 2 squares. So, good idea, Frank, but not quite. Let's go back. I like this idea of executing this. I just don't know exactly how to do that. I like this. I feel like this configuration looks nice. I got the bishop out of the corner. But what did that do? Nothing. So I feel like I have to undo that. What is that doing? So let's try to execute the idea now. So we're going to have to spend some... I can always go backwards and moves. Here's what I was thinking. Like this, the king is now trapped. They have to play a4. Now I play bishop here, and now they go this way. Again, this is cooperative play. If you're like, hey, why don't they take that bishop? Dislike the video. Make sure you understand the content of what we're talking about here. Like this. Oh, but if I do that, it's stalemate. I think that's the concept, right? This, but how would I deliver mate? I would need to already be here, and this bishop would need, okay, hold on. Let me mess the bishop up again. So now this king has 2 squares. So like this. I like the concept, but something is wrong here. And maybe these pawns are here to kill tempo. Like if I do this, that can get you there so I can checkmate you if my king was right here. Maybe my king has to be here, and then that's what causes this pawn move, and then that's what causes me to have this moment. All right. Hopefully you're seeing the thought process. I don't know if this is making sense. So let's back up quite a few moves. I'm not so sure where. I'm not so sure where it went wrong. I'm never really sure. I did go bishop back and I went back. Let's start here. I'm just going to delete all these moves. I'm going to click the little right click, delete move. That way I don't have to do variations within variations. So I want to see if there's a way I can do this without wasting the pawn move. Maybe I can use my pawn move now? No, that doesn't make any sense. How can I get the king? How can I get the bishop here without the king being stalemated? Is that a thing I can do? I think the answer to that question is no. Like, yeah, the king can't go here. I keep thinking, oh, if I put the king here, the king can go there. Because I'm trying to think about how to block this diagonal. I love that I don't do these in advance, so you can probably like watch me suffer a little bit. Hopefully you don't mind that. Let's see here. So I just moved the king. So I may have just already done all of this stuff. Maybe is it like a tempo thing? Like, because if I can land here with check, then I can move the king, and then I can do that, and I can move the king there. That's the way to do it, probably. So, but then I would do it. So how about this? And then here, land with check. And then, oh, but now it doesn't work, because now if I move the bishop here, the king doesn't have this square. Okay, hold on. We're going back. I feel like that's the right idea. Okay, so I don't know where I went, but what was my last move? So I really encourage you to try these puzzles. They're really fun. So here, maybe I'll do this. I'll take like another step back. Is this like a triangulation kind of exercise? Oh, I just repeated the position. That's hilarious. Okay, let me restart. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't keep track of the position. So let me just start over. I think I kind of have the right idea. Let's go all the way back to the beginning variation. I think king e8 feels like a lock. I don't think that a4 is the right move. And I can't go this way, so this feels logical. I have to go back. And from here, again, I don't want to expend this tempo. I feel like there's a reason to wait. This feels logical. This feels logical. I'm trying to get my bishop out and maybe back. Like king out of the way and then bishop back. Because like I was saying, I want to land here with check so that the king can move. When I put my bishop there, the king can go here, which means I need my king to be in the corner. So I'm trying to work through this logically. I'm hoping this makes sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't. Now the question is, where do I go? This bishop wants to move. Do I go here or do I go here? I feel like I need to triangulate, right? So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, like this. And then I land check. Yeah, that's a triangulation exercise. And then boom. Okay. So I've achieved what I wanted in terms of getting the bishop here without messing the stalemate up and keeping this pawn alive. Now it's about whether I can execute the ending of it, because I kind of explained it a little bit. Right? I need this square to be covered. Or no, I don't, because I need to take my king out. I need this square to be vacated. So I need to lose my bishop's coverage of that square. But now here's the thing. I have these tempo moves. When do I use them? We're going to figure it out. We're going to try. So now, like if they played here, if I can get right here, if I could just jump, that would be it. If it was white's move right now, with my king here, it'd be mate. So how do I make that happen? Oh, no, I can't make it happen. It's white's move, right? No, it's black's move. I was like, just go right here. And then they move this and I win. But it's black's move. So, okay, the king has to move. And maybe now is where I spend the tempo. Spend the tempo. King goes back. King goes here. Spend the tempo. Mate. I think I just calculated that out correctly. I think I did it. Spend the tempo. King goes back. King goes here. Spend the tempo. Mate. I think I just did it. Let's go. These are so fun. I really don't think they're easy. Like I have to sit there and try to say, okay, what is the ideal situation? That's so cool. Okay, so 17 moves. Now here's my question. Is that the ideal solution? Is that the optimal solution? I have no idea. You have to let me know whether that's ideal. I keep saying ideal, whether it's optimal. Let me go back. Let me just play this thing one more time. I'm just going to play it out from the beginning. So the next question is whether black can win. I got to say, and the answer has to be no, right? How could they possibly win? I can't promote my pawns. I can't do anything. But that triangle, I'm putting at the screen, this triangulation exercise I think really helps. I had to triangulate the bishop because I needed it to be white's move. And then move the yep, okay. But could black win? It's not possible. There's no way. I love that. So I don't know whether black can win. I'm pretty sure the answer is that they can't. Like how would this, usually these kinds of puzzles, you can get a pawn to like promote somehow. And then like you can, promote it to like a knight maybe and have it, move in such a way that it can be captured and ran through. But that's not really feasible here. Right? The only reason why mate works is because this bishop is able to weave. If this bishop couldn't weave through, this would not be possible. Right? I'm asking, so we'll see. My king can never get out this way because these pawns are locked. These pawns are never going to move because these bishops can't ever move. This bishop can't ever leave, right? All that can happen is these squares and oops. So these pawns then are locked. If these pawns are locked on their A file and G file, there's no way that black can win. But the puzzle was for white to win, so I kind of was just trying to extend the puzzle to see if black could win. I think it's just not, black cannot win. Very cool. Very cool. I wonder if it was white to move, whether they could win. I think the answer must be no, right? Because right now it's black to move. But I wonder if it was white to move, it would be different. I'm sure it would be different. It's just that number of moves might be different. Something might be different. But anyway, I'll stop the video now because I don't want to keep belaboring the point. This is a cool puzzle. I really like these helpmate kind of cooperative puzzles. If you enjoyed it, let me know. I like doing these kinds of videos. I try to find these online. I want to make sure I give credit to the composer. So thank you to the composer on this. You're cited in the video, so thank you for that. And yeah, that's it for now. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Remember, Chess for Charity, half the income goes directly to charity. So helping this channel helps out charity, which is good for the world. Alrighty, thanks everybody. Bye.